Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Welcome to Friendship Shaving. If we've not met before, my name is Mark, and however many times I've met you, I'm glad that you can be here today. Just putting on a little bit of Proraso White on the troubled area of my neck. Today I'm shaving with a very mild razor. It is another one of the razors very kindly loaned to me by Steve Dalton. Thank you, Steve. And it is the Makuu 41C open comb razor, and it is called the 1904. We will come on to that a little bit later. I'm going to use this lovely purple brush today from Yaki Brush Company. There we are, a 24mm, and the soap I've got on the brush today is my last little sample of a Central Texas soap, and it is Granpa's Barbershop scented soap, and I do like this particular barbershop scent very much. It really does smell a little bit old-fashioned in a nice way. It has a very few ingredients, scent ingredients listed. It has bergamot, basil leaf, oak moss and patchouli, and it's a beautifully scented, a beautifully scented soap that I've been enjoying very much. Had a lovely sample a long time ago now from my friend Billy, and finally got round to using it all up today. So there we go, we're getting some lather on the face there. My apologies for not putting out a Monday video if you were expecting one. I'm afraid life just got in the way a little bit this week. I was a bit under the weather. But we are back to normal once again. So I hope you've had a very good week since I saw you last. Now, as the razor I'm using is a mild razor, and it is renowned for being mild, I've got a sharp blade in there. I've got a feather stainless blade in there. And we will start with the first pass with a very mild razor. You can see it's got a little short handle. Let me just compare that to my fat handled Tech, just so you can have some idea. It's a little bit shorter than the Tech, and the Tech is not renowned for having a long, particularly long handle. I find this to be a nice shave. But it is a mild shave for me, and I don't have particularly heavy growth. I think it would suit a younger man that maybe is just starting out on his shaving journey, someone with softer hair perhaps, or somebody that just really needs a mild razor or enjoys a mild razor. There's not a great deal of blade exposure on this razor, and generally there isn't, of course, with mild razors, but I think because of that, that exact angle you need to make the razor most proficient is quite exact. If I may move the head just slightly, I seem to lose that optimum efficiency. But of course, with a bigger blade gap, you've got a little more movement to play with. I think perhaps if you are one of these gentlemen that chase a BBS shave, maybe this is not the razor for you, but I have been quite enjoying it. There are other razors that I prefer. So, for example, my Makuu R106 is a little more effective than this one. For me, but that's not to say that I haven't been enjoying the shave with this razor. I really have. It's a trouble-free, comfortable shave, even with the feather blade in. And I do like this hexagonal handle. It's very easy to hold. The knurling on there is just really more of a pattern than actual knurling that would aid the grip, I feel. But despite that, I've had no issues with the razor being slippy. And there's a nice weight to this razor. It weighs in at 70 grams, which for a small razor is quite a reasonable weight. The total length of the razor, or the height, is 78 millimeters, so definitely a small razor. It has this sort of rounded base to the handle, which I quite like, although I can't stand it up. So I'm going to go with my Parasso again. I'm sticking with this, just in between passes. See if I can get used to doing it. I do like the routine. This is a lovely soap. Now this razor, I want to talk about the razor a bit more. It's called the 1904 razor. I have never understood why they call it that. It seems to me that many websites that sell this razor say that it is modelled upon the Gillette 1904 razor. And of course, if you know anything about razors, and Gillette's history, you'll realise that it is nothing like Gillette's original razor. It's not even remotely like their prototype razor. The prototype came out in 1903 and the original, now we call it double ringed razor, came out in 1904. Now I haven't got a double ringed razor, but I've got a similar shaped single ring razor. This one a little bit later, this one about 1921 through 29, but that original 1904 razor would have looked very much like this, except with two rings here at the top, hence the double ring and the single ring names. Now you can plainly see they are nothing alike, and strangely this head is on the Makuu 15C, which is a razor that happens to look very much like this. So I would have thought that that razor should be named, you know, modelled on the original Gillette 1904 razor, but it never is. It's this little 41C with the hexagonal handle. Gillette did not have a hexagonal handle on that razor, and I just find it very odd indeed. A few sites now are not using the word modelled on, but using the word inspired by, and I just think it's a load of rubbish, basically, to be blunt about it. I find it especially strange because as soon as Gillette brought out the first double-edged safety razor in 1904, there were lots of copies made around the world, Germany included, that were almost identical to the Gillette razor. So quite how this one came to be called the 1904 is beyond me. So if you have any ideas on that, well, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Unless I'm completely missing something. But I have just never quite understood that. However, we're getting a very nice shave with it. It is a very nice razor. I would say that I can just feel the edge of this feather blade, just, but as soon as you lose that angle, just slightly, it disappears. I've always wanted to try this razor. I've looked at it for a long time. I didn't realise it was quite so short as this one. So I was very pleased indeed when Steve offered to lend me this, along with many of his other razors that I've borrowed. So I'm actually chuffed that I've got to use it. I've enjoyed it very much, and I'm getting a very nice shave with that feather blade in it. I am a keen proponent of a milder razor with a sharper blade. That just works well for me. Ah, forgot the pre-shave again. I keep forgetting the pre-shave in between the second and the third pass. I've got no idea why. I've obviously got a block to it somewhere in my brain. First time I tried this, I tried it with a Gillette Platinum blade, and that was a very nice shave as well. There's plenty of slickness on my face just to do that bit there. And there we are, a nice, easy shave. With an inexpensive razor. And actually, that's the best shave I've had with this razor. So that's the second use of the feather blade in this razor. My third shave with it. Got a little bit there, a little bit in the usual spot, and perhaps a tiny bit there, but that is a very, very nice shave. This is where really I fall down with milder razors. It's that urge to go back and just finish up, and often when I leave the den and 10 minutes have gone by and my skin has all settled down, those little bits that seem so obvious now suddenly kind of disappear and are really not so obvious at all. So I've enjoyed that shave. That was a very, very nice shave. Very good indeed. It definitely feels not so mild with that feather blade as the Gillette Platinum. So perhaps with a mild razor, the difference in the sharpness of the blade really is sort of emphasised by the mild razor, if that makes sense to you, you know. That is a lovely shave. I've impressed myself, guys. So I'm going to use today skin bracer. Fabulous skin bracer. We'll put some of that on. Now I'm expecting some parcels. So I think next Monday we will have an unboxing and a gifts of friendship, a couple of gifts there, a couple of trades and a couple of things that I bought off eBay. So I think that'll be a good video, and until then, be well, keep safe. I'll see you next time around. Thanks for joining me today. Bye bye.